And we are recording. Hi, Allison. So, here we are. um, this is your video on AI models and prompting and stuff. Okay, so you don't need a game PC to try any cutting edge AI. Um, in my little research, along with the help of ChatGPT, I identified three providers to give you free cloud access rights. And this demo here will show you um, those three providers and also some prompting techniques that ChatGPT showed me and some that I use myself. Okay, so I've got this nice little write-up here, and this is going to accompany the video for you. So obviously the goal is to give you everything you need to start experimenting with free cloud-hosted large language models. You'll hear the term LLMs. Um, that's what AI is. They are LLMs, large language models. They run in the cloud. And the ones that we really like to use are the ones that run in the cloud. You can run some locally on your computer if you had a beefy computer, but that requires a lot more than you want to get into right now. So we're going to look at three LLMs, and we're going to look at ways to craft effective prompts. Okay, so the first one, and I honestly think right now for you, the best one, believe it or not, is Google Gemini. Specifically, the interface of Google Gemini called AI Studio. So Google Gemini AI Studio. So the Pro is obviously it's the largest, no cost among the mainstream providers. AI Studio free tier. It's Google, so you have access to the power of everything that comes with Google. Um, the LLM is also multimodal, which means it'll do text, code, and images right there in the same prompt. And we'll play with this here in a minute. Runs entirely in the browser, so doesn't require any installing. The con is that as you use it more and more, they force you to pay for it, and what happens is you'll start to get throttled. If you use it a lot, you'll quickly exceed, the daily quota. Um, this is listed as a con, but I don't think this is going to be a con for you. If you're not paying for it, here ChatGPT says you'll have to wait to access the best LLM under Google, which is Gemini 2.5 Pro. Okay, and to get to it, we go to AI Studio, aistudio.google.com. So we are going to go there right now. So I have mine right here. This is Google Studio. Over here, you can do, it says stream. I haven't played with this, but if you look at the UI, look at how the UI is set up. Very similar to ChatGPT, but there's some differences. So obviously you've got history where it will maintain history there for you. You have something here called build. I'm going to click on that. Oh, okay. So build apps using SDKs. Start from a template. So I haven't explored what this build apps is, but I don't pay for this. So for me, like you, this is free. Everything that I see here, I believe you should also see when you log into it. And I am using the Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is the best. Um, so what's new? Fetch information from web, which is nice. Generate high quality text to speech with Gemini. And you can also do native images like right here. So again, multimodal. Okay. So that's that one. Let's go back. The next one is Mistral. So Mistral is La Plateforme. It's a company out of France. Um, Company's called Mistral. Um, they it's also free to just go in there, and I don't even know if you have to even create an account with them. Even though I say sign in here, I don't even know if you have to sign in. But Mistral is another free one that you can use. Um, Kind of ignore the reference to API here. It is nice that they give you free API keys without having to put any credit card information. Um, API basically means application programming interface. So this is where you have an application that you interface with an LLM. Trying to think of an example. Well, an example would be like my app. So the app that I built it on my phone, and it connects to ChatGPT, or it connects to Mistral, or it connects to Gemini. So that connection is called the application programming interface. When a person builds something, that that thing they build, like they build the car, but the engine of the car is something else. So if my car was the application, the engine would be OpenAI or somebody else, and the connections between the car and the engine is what you would call the API. So hopefully I haven't confused you there. So don't worry too much about this. You just want to know more about this right here, Mistral. So this is Mistral. I also have it here on my bar. So, and I didn't just create this for you. I've always had these links here on my bar. So just to let you know that they are pretty good and free. So Mistral is not the most popular, but in terms of it being free and open source, and um, they are a pretty good company. So I like them. I like their mindset. They are really trying to make AI open and free to all, but also they're still trying to be a business, right? Okay, so let's go to pricing real quick for them. So free tier, your personal AI assistant for life and work. Get started at our highest with our highest performing models. So they are basically telling you here, we give you access to all our stuff. We don't put the best of the best behind, different paywalls and stuff like that. Okay. So this is another one for you to come to, and like here it just says just start talking. And I am not signed in here, but I can still talk to it. Tell me about Mistral, the company, and what it is trying to do in the world of AI and for the people. Okay. Mistral is also fast. That was okay. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up for speed there. Mistral AI is a cutting edge AI company based in France, focused on developing large language models, LLMs. In I am proud to be one of their creations. Okay, it's talking to me. The AI is talking to me. So yeah, I'm not going to read all this, but this is another one that you can play with. And one of my suggestions for you is to play with them all at the same time. Okay. All right. So that's Mistral. Let's go back. Do, 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 do. Okay. And number three is Anthropics. I'll be honest with you, sis. If I was going to rank them, I would rank them, and I probably should have done it like that. Google, Anthropics, Mistral. Um, good, better, best. To be honest with you, I would almost want to rank Anthropics first, but this is only because I code with Anthropics, but I pay for that. But in terms of quality, um, yeah, it's a toss-up between Gemini and Anthropics, really. The way how you're going to use it. For me, with coding, I would put this first, Google second, and Mistral third. Okay, so let's look at Anthropics. Another exceptional reasoning and 200K token context window. So they give you a lot for their free stuff. Um, again, don't worry about API. Um, so one of the cons with them is daily message cap on the free plan. And that's pretty much everyone. Everyone has a cap, okay, or they throttle you down. So let's quickly look at Anthropics here. Okay, so Anthropics, Claude. So mine's going to look a little different because I pay for this, again, because I use it quite extensively for coding. So let's do this. Okay, so we've got Google with Google AI Studio. We've got Mistral, which I will put over here, and then we've got Claude, which is Anthropics. So yeah, Anthropics is also good. They have something called projects, so you can create projects here, kind of similar to ChatGPT with their I think they call it projects too. They also have something called artifacts, and I don't remember. Um, I think I don't remember what you do with artifacts. Power your artifacts with Claude API. So sounds like here you can build certain things and then connect them to the LLM, to the AI through APIs to do a little bit more. So you can come in here and build little widget stuff. I don't know, but you would have to come play with that if that's something you would want to do. And you might be able to play with some of this for free. Okay. So those are the three models. So let's talk about some prompt engineering techniques. I would also look to YouTube, um, like some of these that you see here, or just even the term here, prompt engineering. I would search to get some good tips on YouTube. But for me, this very first one here is one of my go-tos. RTF, role task format. Give the model an identity, objective, tasks, and then the format, the output shape. And then here there's a little macro example, role, you are a cyber tutor, and then your objective, your tasks. Explain SSH keys. Tell me about SSH keys, which is a um, secure shell. This is a Linux thing, and then format it in, 3 bullets, no less than 20 words. Okay. So another one is provide context snippets. So when I code, I provide a lot of context, and I'll provide context in text files. So I will literally write a text file, and I'll actually tell ChatGPT to take this text file and help me build a good prompt. And I'll actually use ChatGPT to generate a prompt that um, I then use to ground my models to reduce hallucination, um, using only the text that I add. So using only that text and what ChatGPT has given me. So it's kind of the same thing. That's kind of how I did this. I wrote like a little tiny blurb of the notes that I took when we talked, and I talked with ChatGPT, and after a couple of refinements, this is what I came up with, or this is what was generated. Okay, chain of thought. For step-by-step reasoning. I do that a lot too. I'll tell, hey, describe this to me step by step, or explain this in step by step. Or if I want to ensure there wasn't hallucinations, when it gives me something, I'll say, give me your step-by-step reasoning. So think step by step and show your reasoning big. You also want to use this to kind of help validate your outputs. So that's a good one. So explicit constraints. Explicit constraints control length, tone, and structure. This is a little bit more kind of programmy here, because it's talking about valid JSON files. So I don't know how to really explain this one to you, except for saying things like, hey, reply as this, like only do this, don't do this. So I guess that's the term using explicit constraints. Iterate, iterative refine, fast path to perfect tone or depth. Okay, so great. Now rewrite. Yeah. So this is one too that I will use. It'll do something, and actually I did it with this because when I generated this file, I told it, hey, give me a markdown file. It gave me a markdown file. But then I didn't like how that markdown file looked to give to you. So I said, hey, convert this markdown file into a Word document. And it kind of created what you see here, but I still had to clean it up and make it look neat and make it look a little bit more what I thought you would need and take out all the other junk that was in here. So this video has gone longer than the 15 minutes that I hoped. But I hope this helps you. So the links are here in the text document here, and I didn't have time to explore the prompt engineering guides, but I'm going to go ahead and send this to you, and I'm also going to actually take a look at this. If I was to dive into this and talk about this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be longer than 15 minutes. So now 19 minutes this video has gone over, but I hope this helped. It was made with love by me and ChatGPT. And yeah, so that is the different ones. Definitely look at Google AI Studio. Definitely go to Claude. And definitely look at Mistral. Wee wee. Love you. Bye.